What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Trey Sense, and we're back again with another little bit of a review, a little bit of a discussion. You know how we do it here on the channel. What are we going to be discussing this week? Well, it's that time again. It is time for my weekly fragrance review. And for those of you who do not know, or it's your first time coming across my channel, it's simply where I discuss the fragrances that I've worn this past week, tell you a little bit about them, reactions I got from them, if I got any, compliments, how they performed, the weather, just, you know, giving you some suggestions on what you can and couldn't wear, and maybe you have some of these stuck off in your collection and you're just not wearing them, and maybe you should. That being said, before I even get into this, would you please consider liking this video, sharing this video, and if you haven't, by all means, give your boy a sub. My sub count hasn't grown in quite a while, but it's okay. But if you're out there and you see this video and you want to give me a sub, I'm cool with that too. Now, we're gonna go from Sunday through Saturday because that's my work week. My work week starts Sunday and ends Thursday, but then we have the weekend. So Sunday starts a new week. So let's get it. The first fragrance I want to talk to you about is from the house of Zegna, and it is Intenso. And this is a very inexpensive fragrance. Now, about this fragrance, it smells good. It smells good, comes across clean, a little bit soapy. Wore this to work, as you know, again, my work week starts Sunday. Got two reactions, one good, then mixed. One good, another one good, then kind of a mixed review. The first one of my co-workers, she's a young lady. When she first smelled me, she was like, "Ooh, this whatever you got on today smells good." And she was from a distance. Then she walked closer to me, and then she goes, "I don't know about that." And then she walked away, and then she's like, "It smells good from over here." So I don't know what that means. So Zegna Intenso. Now, another one of my coworkers, I walked by him, and he and I always talk fragrances. He was like, "Man, whatever that cologne is you got on today smells good." So I got two smell goods and then a possible no that it doesn't smell good. I don't know. From the house of Zegna, it is Intenso. Zegna is, I think, an overlooked brand. I know it's not an American brand. To me, I liken Zegna to Hugo Boss. I know Boss is a German brand, I think, and I think this is. I think Zegna may be another British brand, I think. I'm not really sure. I know it's not an American designer house, but I know it is designer. I think Zegna does a lot of suits and high-end things like that. A lot of these companies, like a Boss, Hugo Boss suit will cost you quite a bit of money. Their fragrances are not quite as expensive. I think Zegna is the same way. I think a Zegna, you know, something designed by Zegna will cost you quite a bit. If I'm pronouncing that right, I'm probably not. It's probably not pronounced Zegna. That would be the American pronunciation of it. But nonetheless, good fragrance. I liked it. I enjoyed wearing it. I think it's a good late summer, early fall type of scent because our temperatures are in 80s still. It's supposed to change next week, but we'll see. Or it would also be good maybe late winter, early spring. You know what I'm saying? On those not hot but not cold days. I mean, it's been 80, but it's been a pleasant 80. It's not been scorching. It's not humid. Humidity is what makes the Southeast so hard to deal with. It's the air you can wear. You walk outside and you see heat standing there. So you can see it coming off the asphalt, man. It's great. And don't let it rain. Don't let it rain in the middle of the day and then be 3 or 4 hours of sunlight left and that sun come back out. It feels like a sauna. It literally feels like, but we don't have that right now. It's just 80 degrees, but it feels okay. But from the house of Zegna, it is Intenso. I enjoyed wearing that fragrance. I enjoyed that one. I did. I thought it smelled pretty good. It's a little bit clean, a little bit soapy, but it's not. It doesn't really smell like soap. It has a nice, clean, masculine vibe, a little bit woody. Doesn't come across as if you're trying too hard. I think it smells good, and I think a lot of other people will think it smells good too, but it was $16 for a 50 mil, and that's hard to beat. But nice, clean, masculine fragrance, a little bit of a soapiness to it, but it doesn't come across as trying too hard. It's not an emboxing bomb or a super sweet fragrance. It's kind of a throwback, old school type of scent, but it's not barbershoppy or over irisy. There you go. That's Zegna. Now, this next one I wore to work Monday, and again, it was warm, which is what made me pull this out. And we have this discussion. Some say it's niche, some say it's not. I lean towards this house being niche. Most people do not, but my definition for niche is different than other people's. But nonetheless, whether we agree or disagree on that, we can agree on the fact that Lalique makes some beautiful fragrances. And this is Lalique White. And I enjoyed wearing this one as well. And this one is just like you would think from a fragrance in a white bottle. This one, think wood. Like pencil shaving or pencil sharpener wood with a nice citrus, creamy citrus note. It just smells really good. The thing I like about Lalique fragrances is for the price point, they smell and perform really good. This is very subtle and, in my opinion, very sexy. It's a playful sexy. You know what I mean? I just like it. I mean, this is one I could see being worn in the middle of the summer to me. So this is one I would say was definitely summer into fall. Definitely a warm weather type of fragrance, but it's a pretty scent. It smells really good. Again, think nice citrus and woods, and that's what you get with this one, Lalique White. I don't remember anybody saying anything to me about when I had that fragrance on. I don't remember getting a compliment or anything from it, so it must not have been one with that one. Tuesday, I can't remember if it cooled off. I don't think it did, but I just wanted to wear this fragrance because it's in my collection, and I was playing with my Calvin Klein fragrances, and I thought, you know what? It's really warm, but I'm gonna wear this fragrance anyway. From the house of Calvin Klein. It's a flanker from the Eternity line, and it is Eternity Flame. And I'm gonna be honest, I almost bought another bottle of this weekend because I saw a 100 ml for $29, and that's a good price. That's a really good price. I think I paid $19.99 for this. And that's a good price as well. This is a 30 mil. So, I mean, at the time, and I've had this, goodness, I've been divorced 3 years. So I've had this at least 5 years. So it wasn't out very long at all when I paid $19 for this 30 mil. And I like this size bottle. I think it's great. You can travel with it as I give myself a little hit just to give you a refresher of it. This is to me, a perfect, oh yeah, it smells good. A perfect hoodie type of fragrance. It is warm. I think they did a great job naming this fragrance by calling it Flame. It is definitely warm and inviting, and I don't understand why fragrances like this don't get the love that I feel like they deserve, and here's why. If this fragrance was in a Tom Ford bottle and it had Tom Ford strolled all across the front of it, and they were asking $300 for it, a lot of people would be clamoring about it and talking about how good it smells, and the new Flame by Tom Ford is just... But when Calvin Klein brings it to you, you tend to overlook it, and I get it. I get it. I hear people say things like Calvin Klein fragrances don't perform on me. Okay. All right. But again, there's a lot of fragrances, and I'm not bashing Tom Ford products because I like them, but Acqua di Parma Fico di Amalfi is one of my favorite scents. Now ask me if it performs good. I'll wait. It doesn't, but it's still not a cheap fragrance. It's not an overly expensive fragrance, but you don't buy that fragrance for performance. You don't. You buy it for the feelings that it invokes when you spray it on, for the memories that you're gonna make while you're wearing it. So why can't we be that same way about Calvin Klein? Why do we expect Calvin Klein to give you a fragrance for $30 that lasts for years? You don't have that same expectation for Tom Ford or Aqua de Parma or Xerjoff or any. We're so forgiving of certain houses, and in others we have expectations that are just unrealistic and through the roof. But I say that to say, if you're looking for something that is sexy, warm, inviting, masculine, with a little bit of sweetness, great sweater, great hoodie type of scent, I'm gonna end up buying 100 ml of this, because I could see me wearing this 3 or 4 more times as we go from fall into winter. Yeah, I may look this weekend and see if they got any more than 100 ml for $29. This is a nice fragrance. It is a little bit reminiscent of something from Dunhill. To me, it reminds me a little bit of the original Dunhill Icon Elite, the black bottle, and it reminds me, because it's got a little bit of a leather note. But again, think leather and sweet with just a hint of spice. Very, very, very warm. It reminds me of something from Replica either. I don't know, maybe it's giving me By the Fireplace vibes. Is that what it is? Nonetheless, it's giving me vibes of something that Replica would make. Trying to think of how to word it so you understand what I'm saying. I'm gonna sum it up like this. I think Flame is a great name for this. I think they did a great job naming this fragrance. I know I already said that, but it's warm, it's inviting, and it just, to me, invokes feelings of comfortable, warm, cozy, delightful. It's not a gourmand. It's got a hint of sweetness, but it's not overly sweet. But it's definitely warm and inviting. Some might even say sensual. I like it. I like it a lot. From the house of Calvin Klein, from its Eternity line, and it is Flame. Calvin Klein, in my opinion, did a good job with the flankers of Eternity, from Eternity Aqua to Eternity Air to some of the Eternity Summers. I think are good. Flame is good. I haven't smelled Intense yet, but I have smelled the EDP, and it's good as well. I like it. And Calvin Klein also did a good, while I'm on the house of Calvin Klein, if you haven't picked up Defy, the EDT and the EDP, I get compliments galore when I wear them. You hear me? Compliments galore with EDT and EDP. But it's neither here nor there. All right. Now, and that was Tuesday, by the way. That brings us to Wednesday. Still warm, and I can tell it was still warm by the fragrances I selected. This one doesn't get, it got a little bit of buzz, and then it just died off. I think Ashton from Gent Sense mentioned this a few times. Bottle looks like the Transformer emblem or symbol, but then, you know, it's not about the bottle. Animale, however you pronounce it, if you fancy, it's Animale. Now this one, this is one I enjoyed. Again, I did not get any compliments with this fragrance, but again, I enjoyed it. And the reason that I enjoyed this fragrance is I like fragrances like this, like YSL Tuxedo. As I glance at my collection, Hugo Boss Reversed, Hugo Boss Unlimited, that I call it grown man citrus, or that dressy citrus type of scent. That's exactly what you have here. That's what you have here. You have a citrus-based fragrance, but it doesn't smell juvenile. It doesn't smell loud or strong or like it's too much. It's very smooth and very subtle. And I think to a lot of women, that is what makes wearing fragrances sexy. I think, and this is just my opinion, so don't shoot me if you feel different. It's okay if we don't agree. I think women like the subtleness like when you walk by and you're dressed nice, or you dressed appropriate and you smell good. I think that is, you know, I don't think women want to smell you from way across the room, because that can come across as if you're trying too hard and if you're obnoxious. So let your fragrances work for you, but you don't want to put it out there like, because, and it's a dumb stereotype, but let's just face it, it is. It's a stereotype, and it's a dumb one. You know, because if they can smell you from across the room, what's wrong with that? Because women's perfume is certainly loud enough that they can smell you from across the street sometimes. So I worked with a chick, man, and we worked in a plant, and she used to wear something from Avon called Far and Away. And I promise you, you could smell her long before she got to you, and long after she left. She'd been gone 10, 15 minutes, and you can still smell the Avon perfume. And I don't mind, because, you know, I like fragrances, but it'd be hot, 95 degrees outside, 110 degrees in that plant, and all you can smell is the Avon. It did not go well in that heat. But nonetheless, you know, some women don't like extra strong men's fragrances. But from the house of Animale Animale. And that, again, is a nice grown-up citrus type fragrance. Again, it's been warm here, and you know, I was all prepared for hoodie season, but these are all fragrances that you can wear late summer, early fall, late winter, early spring. So, you know, I guess I'm getting my last hoorah for some of these fragrances, because it's fixing to turn cold. So, all right, Thursday, which is actually my Friday, I wore something that, again, you know, I wore something that is basically better for warm weather, but I wear fragrances like this in the winter because I think they perform better, and I think on a cold night, they come across as cuddly and cozy. This is from the house of Afnan, and it is Afnan Supremacy Gold. And this has a nice peach, mango peachy vibe to it. And this one is extremely tricky. For my money, personally, I am enjoying my Middle Eastern companies, whether it's Al Haramain, Afnan, or Moth. For the money, those are some pretty good fragrances. I mean, this was, I think, a $25, maybe $30 fragrance, and it smells good. And I was told I smelled good. A lady came through my line at work, and she stopped, and she was like, "Ooh, you smell good." Afnan Supremacy Gold. And I think this is a clone of Herrera Buddha, or Herba. It's a clone of, I think it's a clone of something from Georgia. I'm not real sure, but I could see this being a unisex fragrance easily. I like it. I like it a lot. It smells good. From the house of Afnan Supremacy, it is Afnan Supremacy Gold. And I think that is a great place to spend your money. You get really good performing fragrances made with really good quality juice for pennies on the dollar. And that's what I wore Thursday. Friday, I had a little bit of an audition. Went and hung out with a lady friend of mine. So, from the house of Carolina Herrera, I wore La Parfum, Bad Boy La Parfum. I enjoyed this fragrance. I thought it smelled good. It lasted throughout the night. I'm trying to think, what did I wear? Did I wear long sleeves? I can't remember what I wore. I know I went super casual. No, I did not wear long sleeves. No, because it was hot. So I just wore I wore joggers and a t-shirt. Something really casual, just joggers and a t-shirt. And I took a jacket because, again, we're used to it being warm in October and even November in Alabama, but it normally cools off at night. It's staying hot. Like right now, it's 1 a.m. as I shoot this video, and the temperatures are in the high 60s. It's like 67, 68 degrees at night. That's the part we're not used to. Even if it gets 75 during the daytime, at night it at least cools off to the 40s. You can still get in your swimming pool if you had one. But anyway, from the house of Carolina Herrera, it's La Parfum. This is a good smelling fragrance. I enjoyed it. The only knock I would have on this fragrance is it's not super original. It's not something that is just new. It's not a new concept. The scent profile of this fragrance, though it is good, it is very modern. And when I say modern, I mean it just smells like a lot of the fragrances out there on the market. You could pick up any cologne from any of the designer houses and find one that smells like this. So do I like it? Yes. I picked this up shopping on Macari, got a really good deal. I think I got a good deal. I paid $45 for this, shipped, and is it a 50 mil? Yes, it is a 50 mil, but I've had it about 6 months, and this is the second time I've worn it. So, but and if you know anything about the world of fashion, again, Herrera is pretty good, just like Hermes. People pay a lot for Hermes clothing, way more than they do for the fragrances, and the same thing can be said for Herrera. So, but nonetheless, I'm glad I have this in my collection. I think you should get it in yours. At least one of the Bad Boy fragrances, and the reason that I say this is modern is it opens up with a little bit of a different note, and you can be like, oh, that's a little bit different. But then as it dries down, it goes in the direction of the same direction that most fragrances today go in, sort of ambroxany, not blue, but just ambroxany, and sweet. I mean, and it doesn't smell bad. It's not overly unique. It smells like everything that has come out. This doesn't smell a whole lot different from Azzaro's The Most Wanted. They're all in the same vein. That's what I'm trying to say. And this is a parfum concentration. Does it smell good? Yeah, I like it. I'll wear that again. As it gets colder, I'll wear that again as I glance at my hoodies. But was it super original? No. Did I get any compliments? No. But I enjoyed the way that I smelled, and I could smell it on me all night. That's all that matters. And Saturday, I went and ate some tacos with a friend. Again, it was warm. I put on a long sleeve shirt, it's a long sleeve t-shirt, but so I wanted to wear something, and I was like, you know what? You bought this fragrance mid-spring, and I think you've worn it one time to work. Pull it out, give it a wearing, see what you think about it again. From the house of Azzaro, it is Wanted Tonic. Love the color of that juice. This fragrance smells good. Not sure why this received the hate that it did. The knock on this fragrance: performance. It is a horrible performing fragrance. It could be the ingredients or the notes in this makes you go nose blind relatively quick. I won't, like Pac said, I won't deny it. But it smells good. It smells familiar. Now it leaves my mind. I can't think right now of what it reminds me of. But when on the initial blast, it reminds me of something that I used to wear back in the 2000s, and it smells good. Man, I wish it would come to me. Sort of violet leafy, but it's not Fahrenheit. I can't think of the name. Maybe it's Visit. Maybe it's Azzaro's Visit that it's reminding me of. It could be that. It could very well be Visit, because that was a good little cologne. I'd like to add that back to my collection. But nonetheless, when you first spray it, to me, it smells nice. And when I smell it off the atomizer, it smells nice as well. So this is a fragrance that I think people hated on. And I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why this fragrance didn't receive more love. Maybe they just didn't get it in the hands of the right people. Is tonic a good name for it? Spraying it in the air is hard to, because when I think tonic, I think water, I think drink, I think tropical, and this fragrance is none of that. This should have been called Azzaro's Wanted 1 a.m. I know Sean John has got 3 a.m. or whatever, but this should have been called something like that because that's what it reminds me of. It just reminds me of a nice night out. Night out, maybe you've had a few drinks. Again, not overly sophisticated, definitely not an overly sexy fragrance, but it's one that does not smell bad at all. I got it on sale for $29, I think, so I'm happy to have it, especially at that price. Will not complain about performance or anything for 100 ml fragrance for $30, from a major designer. So yeah. With that being said, I'm going to get off of here, edit this video, thumbnail this video. Oh, always remember, any of these fragrances you want to try, I will be willing to decant you some out for a small fee. Fees always include shipping, 5 ml decant. The only one I will not decant is this one because there's the atomizer and I don't have a funnel. Maybe if I had a funnel, but I do not want to try to spray from here into a bottle. I don't see that working too well. Maybe maybe I should purchase a funnel and then it would be easier, but nonetheless, I just feel like I would waste more juice than I got in the bottle, so it's not gonna be worth it. But anything else that you've seen in this video, if you want to try, just let me know. My email will be in the description. You can hit me up and I will gladly ship you out a small sample. I normally ship the same day you pay. You pay, I ship. And you normally have it within 3 days. So if you see something that you want to try, you hit my email and then hit my Cash App. I'll ship it out Monday. You probably have it by Thursday. Just saying. But anyway, I love you all and God bless you all. And again, thank you all so much for being the best part of this channel. It means a lot. It means a great deal to me. And thank you all for the support. Please remember to be active in the comment sections. It helps the algorithms, and also the thumbs up. It helps the algorithms at all, not just for me, but for anybody that you like and you watch on YouTube. If you want to support them, that's how, thumbs up. But anyway, I love you all, and may God bless you all. Until next time, guys. Oh, thank you for returning to the scene of the crime. Peace.